Good morning, and it's Bible study time at Calvary Baptist Church. I hope that if you don't have a Bible, you might want to go grab one because we're looking in Second Kings, and we're looking at Elisha, seeing the hand of God at work, and it's a place where I think that we don't always go. We don't always read through the Kings or First and Second Samuel or even the Chronicles. So some of those history books are rather ancient, so to speak, but we don't always go to them and pick up stuff. So we've been looking at um, how God used the prophet Elisha, and we've looked at how God used him to perform miracles. But in these miracles, it was not about Elisha; it was simply about him being the prophet of God and God doing what God does, and that is He works through people. And that's the thing that we need to remember is that the hand of God at work is always going on, working around us. We can trust that He's at work. It's hard to keep up with that sometimes, isn't it? It's hard to remember that God is at work, but He is, and we can be confident in that fact. So today we go to chapter 5, 2 Kings chapter 5, and we're going to look at Elisha and a story. You might know this story, but you might not. It's kind of an interesting story, and yet it's one that sure teaches us a lot of things. And there's no way I can, in the limited time we have, to go into depth in a lot of the things that it tells us. But it the title of this is God's hand in restoring lives. Sorry, stuttering around. I'll spit it out in a minute. God's hand in restoring lives. And so, what I want us to think about here is that how does God really work? How does He really do things? And I'm telling you, you can't put God in a box. If you've ever read the book of Acts, you know that what God did, He did consistently. What God did, He did because He is God. But what He does, you and I can't always predict or determine. I mean, we